You know, Uganda had a lot of problems in the past of governance. It was actually like a failed state. And we spent many years fighting. But when we got stability in 1986, we have gone, but even before the collapse, Uganda was a typical colonial, neo-colonial economy, which had a narrow money economy. You could characterize it the way we used to do it in the 1960s as an enclave economy. Enclave economy meant you have an island of money making surrounded by a sea of underdevelopment. That's how the colonies were, colonies and the neo-colonies. So by that time, we were describing the economy of Uganda as an economy of the 3 T's and the 3 C's. The 3 T's were tobacco, tourism, and tea. Then the 3 C's were cotton, coffee, and copper. We're also producing some copper. So now, during Amin's time, that small enclave economy collapsed. Therefore, by 1986, it was really only coffee was still limping on, and tobacco to some extent. Therefore, the economy now has gone through 5 phases. Phase 1 was to bring back the small island, bring back some of the 3 C's and the 3 T's, what we were calling a minimum recovery. Then second phase was to expand the island of money making, because it was money making in the midst of non-money economy, what you call subsistence economy only for eating, for comida, for eating. So, restore the island, expand it. But phase 3, diversify. Diversify, that means like the fruits you are talking about, like the milk, like the beef, like the cereals, which were not commercial, which were not cash items in the colonial times, because the colonial people were just interested in a few things. They only promoted what they wanted. Cotton, coffee, that was all. How about other products? They were not interested. But for us, yes, we brought back what was in the colonial time, expanded it, but diversified, added a lot of things. And then the 4th phase was value addition. Because part of the problem of Africa and the third world has been producing raw materials, material primaire only, raw materials. That's very dangerous because you get little money. Most of the money goes to the processors outside. Then you lose jobs. Like this shirt here, from cotton. It has got many job levels. You grow cotton, those are jobs and money. you do what they call remove the seeds of cotton. They call it lint. That's more money, more jobs. If you make yarn, thread from cotton, that's another level. More money, more jobs. Now, if you weave, you weave the cotton into a fabric, that's more money, more jobs. If you print colors, more money, more jobs. If you tailor, you now make, that's more money, more jobs. But in the past, Africa was exporting only cotton. So you would lose the money and the jobs. So therefore, our phase 4 has been adding value. And then number 5, the knowledge industry. The industry is not just based on raw materials, also based on intellect. Making computers, making this, making vaccines, making automobiles. So that's how far we have gone. Now, by 2040, we shall be a high middle income country. We are already moving, but we need to do more and more and more and more. When you move people from subsistence to commercial farming, they get jobs to do the work. When you build factories, they get jobs. People get jobs. When you build hotels, if you can, I don't know where you are staying in the town, you'll find so many people working there. So any of those enterprises creates jobs for our people. So that's why we need more and more and more of those enterprises to cover the full spectrum of our resources, because we have got a lot of natural resources. We are not like Japan. See, some of the countries don't have the natural resources. They only have mainly the human resource. Now, in our case, we have both. We have the human resource, but also the natural resources. So our work is our potential is much bigger than if you take, for instance, some of the countries like Japan, like South Korea, because they have mainly the human resource, but not so much the natural resources, except maybe fisheries, because they are in the ocean. But for us, we have everything: agriculture, fresh water, minerals, forest. So that's what we shall use to create jobs for our people.